Good morning, students. Very good morning to all of you. Right, we started yesterday, calendar no, right? Very good morning to all of you, right? Yes. Yesterday's last one. Once again, yesterday's class recap, a small recap. How to find a leap year, how to find a leap year. How to find a leap year in centuries. How to find a leap year in centuries. So, year should be divisible by 4. If you get the remainder 0, that is a leap year. Once again revision yesterday's class, 5 minutes. How to find a leap year? Year should be divisible by 4. If you get the remainder 0, that is a leap year. So, leap year in centuries. Century should be divisible by 400. If you get the remainder 0, yes, that is a leap century. Okay. If not, say multiple of 400 is a leap century. Multiple of 400 is a leap year in centuries. Leap year in centuries. Yesterday what we discussed here, and yesterday's last one is how many odd days are there in 100 years? How many odd days are there in 100 years? Yes. What answer we got yesterday? Last question, this one. How many odd days are there in 100 years? Yes, my friends, right? Very good. Yes. How many odd days are there in 100 years? Yesterday we discussed how many odd days are there in 100 years. So, if you take 100 years, days are given means you can divide by 7. Suppose if they ask how many odd days are there in 100 days. So, when days are given, you can divide by 7. 14 weeks plus 2 odd days. If days are given, directly you can divide by 7. Now is given that years is given. How many odd days are there in 100 years? Yesterday we discussed this last question. 100 years is given. Now you can convert these years into leap years and non-leap years. For every 4 years you will get a leap year. So, in 100 if you divide by 4, 25 you will get, but 100th year is not a leap year because this is a century. 100th year is not a leap year. So, in this 100, 24 leap years you will get, 24 leap years you will get, 76 non-leap years you will get, 76 non-leap years. Because 100th year is not a leap year, you will get 24 leap years, 76 normal years. We know that leap year will have 2 odd days. Every leap year will have 2 odd days because 366 days. So, 2 into 24, 48 days, and normal year will have 1 odd day. Every normal year will have 1 odd day. 1 into 76, 76 days. So, totally 124 days. Totally 124 days. So, now we can convert this days into weeks. So, 124 by 7. So, 717 still 5, 7 7s 49. 17 weeks plus 5 odd days. So, 100 years contains 5 odd days. 100 years contains 5 odd days. Yes, my students, right? So, when years are given, first you need to change the years into odd days. After that, you can divide by 7, number of odd days you will get. 100 years contains 5 odd days. 100 years contains 5 odd days, right? Now, one more example. Yes, my students, I will check. 100 years are given to you, we cannot divide by 7. Days are given, we can convert into weeks. Years are given, directly cannot convert. Then you need to change 100 years into leap years and normal normal years. For every 4 years you will get a leap year. 4 is a leap year, 8 is a leap year, 12 is a leap year, 16 is a leap year, 20 is a leap year. If you go on, that 96 is a leap year. Like this, you will get 24 leap years and 76, 26 plus 76, 24 plus 76, 100, 74 normal years. Every normal year will have 1 odd day, because 365 days means 52 weeks plus 1 odd day. 366 days means 52 weeks plus 2 odd days. Yes, my students. So normal year will have 1 odd day, leap year will have 2 odd days. So here 24 leap years, 24 into 2, 48 days. 76 normal years, 1 odd day, 76 into 1, 76 days, totally 124 days. Now we can divide this by 7, because days are given, we can convert into weeks. 124 by 7, 17 weeks plus 5 odd days. So 100 years contains 5 odd days. One more example. How many odd days are there in 200 years? How many odd days are there in 200 years? Yes, my students, right? Let me know how many odd days are there in 200 years. How many odd days are there in 200 years? Somebody is asking that how do you came to know in 124 leap years? Gentlemen, for every 4 years we will get a leap year. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, like that up to 96. If you count all these, you will get 24 years. So 100 divisible by 25 times by 4 means 25 actual leap years, but 100th year is not a leap year, so 24 leap years. So 4 24s 96. So 24 4s are there. For every 4 years we will get leap year. So 24 4s 96. Yes, 24 leap years will. Yes, gentlemen, did you understand? Somebody kept that message. How do you came to know 24 leap years? For every 4 years we will get a leap year. For every 4 years we will get a leap year. So in that 124 leap years will be there. Yes, my students, now come to this question. How many odd days are there in 200 years? 200 years means we can take 100 plus 100. So 100 is having 5 odd days. This 100 is having 5 odd days. So totally 10 odd days. 10 odd days will not be there. Totally 10 days are there, means 1 week plus 3 odd days. 10 days can be converted into 1 week plus 3 odd days. So 200 years contains 3 odd days. 200 years contains 3 odd days. Many of written 10 days. 10 odd days will not be there. 10 days means we can convert the 10 days into 1 week and 3 days are remaining. Yes, my students, right? One more example. How many odd days are there in 300 years? How many odd days are there in 300 years? One more example. How many odd days are there in 300 years? How many odd days are there in 300 years? Yes, my students, right? How many odd days are there in 300 years? Yes, somebody written that. Yes, my students, right? Very good. Yes, my students, right? So 300 can be converted into 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. So 5 days plus 5 days plus 5 days. Totally 15 days. So this 15 days we can convert into 2 weeks plus 1 odd day. So 300 years contains 1 odd day. 300 years contains 1 odd day. Yes, my students, right? Very good. Very good, right? Yes, Ramana, tell me, right? Yes, very good, right? Very good. 300 years contains 1 odd day. Yes, Beniham, right? Very good. 300 years contains 1 odd day, right? Yes, right. Now one more question. How many odd days are there in 400 years? How many odd days are there for 400 years? How many odd days are there for 400 years? How many odd days are there for 400 years? Yes, my students, right? Let me get the answer. How many odd days are there for 400 years? Right now, see, we can convert this 400. Before going to find this, see, they are asking 100th year means it's not a leap year, it's normal year. 200th year, it's not a leap year, normal year. So 300th year, it's not a leap year, normal year. But 400th year, this one is a leap year. 400th year is a leap year. So here 5 days, here 5 days, another 100 5 days plus here also 5 days, and 400 is a leap year means one more extra day you will get in February. So totally 21 days. So 100 plus 100 plus 100, if you take 400 you will get. But this 400th year is a leap year. For every 400 you are getting a leap year, no, in centuries. So one extra day we get in February. So totally 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1, 21 days means 3 weeks exactly plus 0 odd days. So for every 400 years, yesterday somebody asked that Satya, yes, many times yesterday Satya given the question, how 400 years is a 0 odd days. So yesterday I told that every leap century, 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, all are having 0 odd days. Now see, 400 years contain how many odd days means 0 odd days. Why? Because 400th year is a leap century. It is a year in centuries we can call as leap century. This year 400th year is a leap year in centuries. 100 is not a leap year, 200 is not a leap year, 300 is not a leap year, but 400 is a leap year in centuries. So one extra day will get in February. So totally 21 days, 3 weeks plus 0 odd days, right? Yes, now see, once again a small revision. 1 month means 28 days, 4 weeks exactly plus 0 odd days. Yesterday we learned. Next one, 1 month means 29 days, 4 weeks exactly plus 1 odd day, and 30 days, 4 weeks exactly plus 2 odd days, and 31 days, 4 weeks exactly plus 3 odd days. Month is having 28 days, will have 0 odd days. Month is having 29 days, will have 1 odd day. Month is having 30 days, will have 2 odd days. Month is having 31 days, will have 3 odd days. Yesterday we discussed. This is about month. This is about month. Now see, year, non-leap year. Non-leap year will have 365 days. 365 days. It means that 52 weeks plus 1 odd day. Leap year, 366 days, 52 weeks plus 2 odd days. 52 weeks plus 2 odd days. So this is about leap year. This is about leap year and non-leap year. About centuries, 100 years. 100 years contains 5 odd days. 100 years contains 5 odd days. 200 years contains 3 odd days. 300 years contains 1 odd day. 400 years contains 0 odd days. So this is about centuries. So this will be repeated. For every 400 the calendar will be completed completely. If it is 401, that year is equal to first year. If it is 801, that is equal to first year. If it is 1201, that is equal to first year. So we can do only for 400 years. Again 500 means that is equal to 100. Right? This is the concept of calendar. See once here, months, 4 different months are there. 4 different months, 4 different odd days. Years, 2 years are there. Normal year, leap year. Normal year having 1 odd day. Leap year will be having 2 odd days. Centuries, 100th year is having 100 years having 5 odd days. 200 years having 3 odd days. 300 years having 1 odd day. 400 years having 0 odd days. Like that, if you take for every 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000. These are the leap years in centuries having 0 odd days. Yesterday I told that, somebody asked the doubt. Yes, for every 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000 means multiple of 400 years. Multiple of 400 years having 0 odd days. All these years, if you take 2400, we will get 0 odd days. 2800, we can go for multiple of 400 having 0 odd days, because every 400 years having 0 odd days, every 800 having 0 odd days, 1200, 16, 2000, like that. So this is the concept of calendar. Yes, today's right. Now we can do some sums about this. Any doubt? Yes, my students, right? So for every 100 years you will get 5 odd days. For every 200 years you will get 3 odd days. For every 300 years you will get 1 odd day. For every 400 years you will get 0 odd days. Okay. This is the table of calendar. We can do write some sums, right? Now see one more example. Yes. How many odd days are there in 100 years? How many odd days? How many odd days are there in 100 years? How many odd days are there in 100 years? Starting from 2009. Starting from 2009. Yes, any one of you? Can I get an answer from you? How many odd days are there in 100 years starting from 2009? Yes, my students, right. How many odd days are there in 100 years starting from 2009? So start from 2009 and take from 2009 100 years. Then how many odd days you will get? Yes, my students, right. How many odd days are there in 100 years starting from 2009? Starting from 2009 and count 100 years. After that, how many odd days you will get? Yes, my students. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, many of writing 5 odd days, right, very good. Yes, if you start from 2009 or if you start from 2010, whatever that 100 years contains, always 5 odd days. Our concept is 100 years contains, 100 years contains how many odd days? 5 odd days. This is our concept. Already we learnt how we got this one. So this is 100 years contains 5 odd days. So starting from 2009 or starting from 2010, so doesn't mean anything. So 100 years contains 5 odd days. 100 years contains 5 odd days. Yes, my students, right? 100 years contains 5 odd days. Starting from 2009 means 100 years up to 2109 you will get. So those all years, 100 years we can count means only 5 odd days you will get. Yes, my students, right? Any doubt? Let me know. So for every 100 years we know as 5 odd days. Starting from 2009 means up to 2109 we can take. So only 5 odd days. If it is given 100 years, you will get 5 odd days you will get. Yes, my students, right? Very good. Yes. So one more example I will give. One more example I will give, right? Yes. If today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday, think that if today is Wednesday, then what will be the day, then what will be the day, then what will be the day of the week, what will be the day of the week on the 87th day from today, on the 87th day from today. Yes, my students, right. 87th day from today. If today is Wednesday, then what will be the day of the week on 87th day from today? If you feel that today is Wednesday, what is the day after 87th day? If today is Wednesday, if you feel, what is the 87th day from today? Yes, my students, any one of you? Today is Wednesday, if you feel, what is the 87th day from today? Starting from today, today is Wednesday. Starting from today means today is Wednesday. So what is the 87th day from today means? Day is given 87th day. So days are given, directly can divide by 7 to convert into weeks. How many weeks you see? 7 1 7, 7 2 14. So 7 12 84 plus 7 12 weeks exactly plus 3 odd days. Starting from Wednesday onwards, we need to count 3 days. Wednesday after 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday. Wednesday after 3 days. Wednesday after 3 days. So that is Saturday. When days are given, we can convert into weeks. So that a reminder what you are getting, those are the odd days. Here reminder is 3 means 3 odd days. So today is Wednesday, today onwards we are counting. So today is Wednesday, Wednesday onwards 3 days, after 3 days. Yes, Wednesday after 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, my students, answer is Saturday. Right? One more example. One more example. Yes, my students, right? If today is Thursday, today is Thursday, what is the week of 94th day from today? 94th day from today. Yes, my students, right. 94th day from today. 94th day from today. So 94 by 7. 7 1 7. Still 2 is there. 24. 7 3 is 21. So 13 weeks exactly plus 3 odd days you are getting. So what is the third day? What is the third day from Thursday? What is the third day after Thursday? Yes. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, my students, right. Thursday after 3 days. Thursday after 3 days. Thursday after 3 days, that is Sunday. Yes, my students, right. Yes. One more example. One more example. One more example. What is the first leap year? What is the first leap year after 196 years? What is the first leap year After the leap year 196. After the leap year 196. Yes, my students, many of you getting doubt how many odd days are there in 200 years, right? What is the first leap year after 196? What is the first leap year after 196? What is the first leap year after 196? Yes, my students, many of you writing very good. Yes. What is the first leap year after 196? What is the first leap year after 196? Yes, my students, what is the first leap year after 196? Leap year we will get for every 4 years. Leap year we will get for every 4 years. Keep that in our mind. Leap year we will get for every 4 years. Yes, my students, right? So, what is the first leap year after 196? After 196, if we add plus 4, 200 years we are getting, this is not a leap year. This one is a century, it should be divisible by 400. So, it is not a leap year. So, next leap year is 204. So, 200 years, somebody is asking how many odd days, elaborately explain, means 200th year is not a leap year. What is the next leap year after 96? What is the next leap year after 96? Next question, what is the next leap year after 96? Yes, my students, right? What is the next leap year? What is the first leap year after the leap year 96? Because for every 4 years you will get leap year. If you add 4, this is 100. So, this is a century. So, it is not a leap year. So, one more 4 if you add 104. After 96, the next leap year is 104. After 196, the next leap year is 204. Yes, my students, right? Yes, very good, very good. One more example, right? One more example. What is the next leap year after the leap year 296? 296. Yes, my students, right? Yes. What is the next leap year after 296? What is the next leap year after 296? Yes. If you take 4 years, that is 300, it's a century. It's not divisible by 400, it's not a leap year. So, one more 4. 304 is a leap year. Yes, my students, 100th year is not a leap year, 200th is not a leap year. What is the next leap year after 396? What is the next leap year after 396? One more example. What is the next leap year after 396? Yes, my students, right, very good, very good. Next leap year after 396. Next leap year after 396. Next leap year after 396. 396. Next leap year or first leap year after 396. Yes, my students, right? Yes. Yes, my students, right? Yes. So, 396 plus 4 is 400. 400 is divisible by 400. 400 is divisible by 400. So, it is a leap year. The next leap year after 396 is 400, not 404. Some of you written 404. Leap years in centuries should be divisible by 400. Leap years in centuries should be divisible by 400. Then only it is a leap year. Yes, my students, many of you written 400, but one or two members written is 404. Please check your answer. 400 is divisible by 400. So, it is a leap year. Yes, it is a leap century. 100th year is not a leap century. 200 is not a leap century. See, 100th year is not a leap century. 200th year, it is not a leap year. 300, it is not a leap year. 400 is a leap year. Because this will be divisible by 400. This cannot be divisible by 400. This is also cannot be divisible by 400. This is also cannot be divisible by 400. So this is a leap year in centuries. So every multiple of 400, every multiple of 400 is a leap year in centuries. Every multiple of 400 is a leap year in centuries. Like that, 400 is a leap year, 800 is a leap year, centuries, leap years in centuries. 1200 is a leap year, 1600 is a leap year, 2000 is a leap year. So these are the leap years in centuries, and most important point, all these will have 0 odd days. All these centuries will have 0 odd days. Already we discussed that. Yes, keep this point in your mind. Yes, my students, right. Right. One more example I'll give. One more example I'll give. Yes, my students. What is the next leap year after? What is the next leap year after 4096? What is the next leap year after 4096? What is the next leap year after 4096? What is the next leap year? Next leap year 4096. Next leap year means for every 4 years you will get a leap year. If we add 4 year, what you are getting? 40100. But it is not divisible by 40100, cannot be divisible by 400. It's not possible. Question mark here. By adding 4 you are getting 40100, but it is not divisible by 400. So it's not a leap year. Not a leap year. Yes, my students. Then what is the next leap year? One more 4 you need to add. 40104. Because 40100 cannot be divided by 400 because it's a century. 41st century. Yes, 4100. This is a century year. 4100 is a century year. When the century year is coming, you need to divide by 400 and you must get remainder 0. So it's not divisible by 400. So it's not a leap year. So the leap year is 40104. 40104. Yes, my students, right? What is the next leap year after 4096? Somebody written 5000, 5004. What is the first leap year after 4096? 40100, 104. Yes, my students, right? What is the next leap century? What is the next leap century after 4096? What is the next leap century? Leap century after 4096. In the previous question I asked that what is the leap year after 4096. I am asking what is the next leap century after 4096. My question, last question, what is the leap year after 4096? Now I am asking what is the leap century after 4096. Leap century after 4096. Leap century I am asking, not leap year. Leap year means 40104 you will get. 40104 you will get, but what I am asking leap century. What is the leap century after 40? I will give an example. Suppose if you take 96th year, so plus 4 is 100 is not a leap century, 200 is not a leap century, 300 is not a leap century, 400 is a leap century. After 96, if you take leap years in centuries, you are getting 400. So now my question, what is the leap century of 4096? My question, what is the leap century? Leap century in 4096, after 4096. Yes, my students, right? I think 4100 cannot be divisible by 400. 4200 cannot be divisible by 400. 4300 cannot be divisible by 400. Yes, my students, 4400 only can be divisible by 400. A century which is divisible by 400 is a leap year in centuries. Yes, my students. So multiple of 400 you need to take. Multiple of 400. Yes. 44 is multiple of 4. Yes. 4400. Yes, my students, right? Very good. Very good, very good. Yes, my students, right? So keep that in your mind. So 100th year is not a leap century, 200 is not a leap century, 300 is not a leap century, 400 is a leap century. After 96 year, you are getting leap century at 400 years. So 4096. So 40100 is not a leap century, 40200 is not a leap century. Yes, my students, right? 40300 is not a leap century, 40400 is a leap century. Yes, my students, right? Yes. Yes, some more examples we can do tomorrow. Thank you all of you, right? Thank you very much, right? Yes, think tomorrow onwards, I think 2 sessions are going on, I think, for the late students, means newly joined students. They are starting one more session, I think, right? Yes. Thank you all of you, right? Thank you very much.